Coach, we have a damp and rainy afternoon in the tri-state area as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to MetLife Stadium in the Garden State of New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Let's go now. 90 Wolf.
Yeah, let's go sandwich.
Running with Kamara. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 46-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll run. This is Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Jets' 41-yard line.
Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. On the ground, Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Back to throw here. He's going to let this go for the end zone. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Here we go. Waiting.
On 1st down, Daniels. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
Sometimes you get just a little over-eager defensively when you've got people backed up because the mentality is to attack, take the ball away, or at worst, just keep them backed up there for your own offense. They actually used their aggressiveness against them on that one and hit them big.
Absolutely. Had him pinned on the 2. Not anymore. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throwing out 2nd and 8. Wentz.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he finds his target. It's sharp. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
44's the mic. 44's the mic. You must be getting tired of seeing. Hey! High 7.
Working from the gun. Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
26 Mike. 26 Mike.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Let's go, Abby. Let's go, Abby. Abby, what you got? What you got, Abby?
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Rosas now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd down, it's Daniels. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
I think I saw a lot of shoulders just drop there. And what I mean by that is they finally were able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that 1st down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out.
Here we go, here we go. Waiting. 44. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on 1st down. And some room to work. The 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they get into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 31-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Go, go, go.
Here's 2nd and 8. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Hey, let's go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Daniels. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. To throw is Wentz. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it.
44, Mike, 44.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And he fires one that's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
You got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Hey, Delta.
2nd and 11. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball. A little dangerous. Could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Throwing on first is Wentz. He's got the first down here inside the 30 and all the way down to the 25-yard line. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Here we go. Get in the way.
Right back to him on first down. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
46 down, man, 5-4. 44 to Mike.
Check pass.
Now Wentz. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5 quarterback picks up the first down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And this is going to be caught by Smith for a Jet touchdown. Herb Smith Jr., his third touchdown now on the year. And the Jets have taken the lead. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Well, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Hey, team 6.
2nd and 10. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
Hey, box drop. Deep rip.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
He's crossing. He's checking.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. A big run there. 29 yards of the first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they're down to the 29-yard line. Washington now out of the gun. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Strong left. Strong left. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go. Kill, kill, kill.
They'll try the left side. It's Daniels down to the 25. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Wentz going to throw. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a 1st down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him and keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Try the jet sweep here. It's Boykin. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
They'll look to throw here. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the 1st down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot.
It's now 4th down.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
They'll run on 1st down. Daniels. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10.
Hey, watch it.
They'll try the left side. It's Daniels. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 180! Check.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, you're a little bit more cautious when you start. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And the return will stop right around the 25.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They go play action here on first down. Flushed out right. Looking for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target. Deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now Washington. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check.
The 6-yard line. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 8. Makes it 3rd and 3.
Here we go, Pac-Man. 280. Let's go, D.
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And his kick is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. I got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Meanwhile, down in Dallas, Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
A gain of 14. First down, Broncos.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go, team.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Miles Boykin, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Their own 29-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Right back to him on first down. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Here we go. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Wentz now to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this is a beauty as that ball's going to angle out at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. 27 yards there, a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. And his throw is incomplete. Jonathan Abram able to make the play defensively. But the passing game right now for them, not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. Back to throw here. Great job defensively. I think he was trying, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off near the 26. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. They'll have a first down past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
On first, here's Washington. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Don't get nervous. Jim.
They'll keep it on the ground. Daniels. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
Here we go. 180! That's 87. Team, we got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving.
On 3rd down, it's Daniels. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to about the 19. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And his kick is indeed good. And that will extend their lead even further. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still 8 up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Set.
Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Y'all playing the wrong football. 5-3-6.
They'll drop the throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line.
Intercepted. The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Waiting. Mike, 44. I'm trying to collect.
The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Broncos' 44-yard line.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Jets, the win gets them back to 500 at 6-6 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Denver, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next.